It's been just over a year since I decided to actually commit to this channel. And I know what you're thinking, he must be rich now. Well, let's just say, I can finally afford the fancy toilet paper. You know, the one with the soft touch and that suspiciously nice smell that makes you feel like royalty. So, without dragging this out too much, and before I get into the biggest lessons I've learned from all this, here's exactly how much I made from January 2024 to January 2025 on YouTube as a gaming channel. Now, before I start telling you about the lessons I've learned from doing this, let me clarify something. My channel is way older than 1 year. I created it back in 2012 when dinosaurs still roamed the internet. But since the beginning, I just uploaded 1 or 2 videos a year, with some animations I did for fun in After Effects, then vanished like a side character in a Bethesda game. Around 2023, I suddenly found myself with a bit more free time on my hands. Okay, a lot more. So I thought, why not give YouTube a proper shot? Not full-time or anything fancy. More like a glorified hobby with an existential crisis on the side. I started testing different types of videos. Gameplay, reviews, reactions, even a bit of movie content. I was basically throwing everything at the wall to see what stuck. Most of those videos didn't go anywhere, but eventually it became clear. Gaming content was where it was at. The views were better, the comments were more active, and let's be honest, people would rather watch a boss guide than hear me rant about another disappointing Netflix adaptation, like The Witcher series.
This is the biggest problem with the show. They are spending precious time showing us only what the side characters do. This show should be called Nilfgaard or something instead of The Witcher, because I don't see much of The Witcher in it. More than half of the show is about the story of the side characters, and there are some likable characters here and there, but I don't care about their story. I care about Geralt, The Witcher, his story, how he's hunting monsters or solving dark mysteries, or how he's befriending succubus or witches. The entire personality of The Witcher is suffering because they don't bother spending enough screen time building the main character.
So I niched down and I picked gaming. And while I wasn't doing this full time, I was still treating it like a side project. It slowly turned into my unofficial part-time job. I forgot to mention that I started this at around 600 subscribers, and only started monetizing the channel when I got to 1000 subscribers around April. It was a slow start, but I kept going, making more and more videos. This whole year was basically one long experiment, to see if I could do something I love, and maybe, just maybe, squeeze a bit of income out of it too. And as I showed you, it made me a decent amount, enough to pay for the games I was playing and the editing programs. Here's the thing, YouTube doesn't care about views, it cares about engagement. If people are watching all the way through, leaving comments and liking the video, YouTube will say, hey, maybe this random gremlin in his room deserves a chance. Original ideas like playing Baldur's Gate 3 only as a cat was one of my first videos to get over 50,000 views, and it was the video that helped me get to 1,000 subscribers.
Get out!
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it. You claim victory over the squirrel, though you're not sure why you were fighting to begin with.
After that, I replicated the success with the Baldur's Gate 3 Druid build, with 58,000 views, which made me around 26 British pounds. I will add the dollar comparison text next to it, in case you want to know that. This video I published before I got monetized, and it only started to generate some income midway. The currency is British pounds, because I got monetized while I was still in the UK.
Look, a clock.
We don't accept American currency, sir.
Of course you do. That's the most wonderful piece of paper in the world. Accept it.
Very sorry, sir.
Fine.
I'm Romanian by nationality, but I have worked in the UK for the past 6 years now. I only moved back to my country in December 2023. I am mentioning this because I noticed that the time when you post videos is also important, depending on your location. In my case, I see that the best time to post videos is between 5 to 8 p.m. GMT. If you try to post videos during the USA time zone, the YouTube algorithm will still only recommend videos during your time zone. Even after I moved to Romania and changed my channel location and address, YouTube is still only promoting my videos during that time. It seems the algorithm already got used to that time and location. I need to experiment more with this, but I think it's important to focus on a certain location early on. The second video is the Ancient Meteoric Greatsword build from Elden Ring, with 64,000 views made me 67 British pounds. One thing to say is that the longer the video is, the more ads you can add, and the more income you can get from it. But I also discovered that the more ads you add in your video, the more people tend to get annoyed by them and simply leave your video. I also noticed that videos that are under 12 minutes tend to perform better than longer ones. Another thing to know is that you can only add one ad in videos that are under 8 minutes. So with that in mind, I was trying to make videos that were between 8 and 12 minutes long. For example, the video Strength Build in No Rest for the Wicked, that only got 48,000 views, made me 64 British pounds, almost the same as the Great Sword build from Elden Ring. It generated so much revenue because this video was 13 minutes long compared to the 10-minute Elden Ring video. Those extra 3 minutes allowed me to include an additional ad. Now, while I did get plenty of videos of 10 to even 30,000 of views in general, the majority of my videos are around 2,000 views, and they tend to make me around 2 to 3 British pounds per video. Midway through my journey, I started making videos around No Rest for the Wicked. Focusing on a single game at a time gave me way more engagement and brought in more subscribers overall. It turns out, when you stop hopping between 10 different games and just deep dive into one, people actually stick around. I've already covered some of the technical stuff in this video, and sure, I could go even deeper, but honestly, there are already tons of creators who focus entirely on that side of YouTube. Instead, I want to tell you the biggest 2 lessons that I've learned from doing this type of content. First, if you want your gaming YouTube channel to grow, then think of it as a service. You're not just posting gameplay, you're solving a problem. Maybe your audience wants help beating a tough boss. Maybe they're looking for the best build. Maybe they just want to relax and enjoy someone breaking down game mechanics or lore in a fun way. That's the job. Identify what viewers need, then serve that need in every video. If they're bored or just want to feel part of something, a well-crafted video can offer that escape. Just like a coffee shop solves tiredness or a gym sells you a way to get stronger. I've tried making pure gameplay videos before, just me playing through a game. But let's be honest, nobody's looking that up. Or if they do click on your video, they will quickly stop watching it. If someone wants to see basic gameplay, they'll just watch the trailer or play the game themselves. Especially when you're just starting out, those kinds of videos don't stand out and they don't serve a clear purpose. Maybe later, if your channel grows, you can start doing playthroughs just for fun. But in the beginning, every video has to give the viewer something that makes it worth their time. Now don't get me wrong, you can post videos of you just playing, but it needs commentary. It needs you talking and explaining and reacting to the game. It needs to deliver something on a personal level, so the viewer can relate, or at least make fun of how bad you are at the game. At the end of the day, it's about respecting your audience. Every view is a person choosing to spend time with you, so make it count. Whether through guides, reviews, or commentary, your job is to make their experience better, to solve boredom, confusion, or frustration one video at a time. Even if you're making opinion-based videos, you should present your views in a way that invites conversation, not commands belief. Don't talk to your audience like you're above them. Talk with them. Your job isn't to force a trend or push a narrative just because it's popular. It's to share your perspective honestly and let your audience engage with it. The moment you start treating your viewers like they're just there to be told what to think, you've lost the point of why they clicked in the first place. A strong channel builds trust by respecting its audience, not by pretending to know better than them. So, when I make content, I'm not just uploading a video. I'm trying to earn your trust or engage with you in a constructive conversation. Because games are already expensive, the least I can do is make sure you never feel like you wasted your time here. And if you do, I sincerely apologize. The second thing, and honestly, the most important one, is what can catapult you from a few subscribers to over 1,000 and beyond. And that magical thing is thumbnails. Let's be honest, have you ever spent hours and hours, maybe even days recording and editing a video, knowing it's actually really good, only to spend like 10 minutes or less throwing together a thumbnail at the last second while uploading it? I'm guilty of this too. I know it sounds basic, but thumbnails are the gatekeepers of YouTube success. You could spend hours upon hours making the perfect video. Great pacing, clean edits, useful info, maybe even a few spicy jokes. But if your thumbnail looks like it was slapped together in a few minutes in Paint, no one's clicking. And here's the brutal truth. If people don't click, YouTube assumes your video is trash. The algorithm gave it a shot, showed it to some folks, and they skipped right over it like it was the terms and conditions. If that happens, YouTube stops recommending it, and your video goes from potential banger to digital paperweight. So seriously, Don't sleep on thumbnails. Even if your content is amazing, without a good thumbnail, it might as well not exist. Now I want to mention a few more small technical things I've noticed that can really improve your videos, especially if you're running a new channel. First up, chapters. You'll see a lot of channels using them. And yes, they're useful for adding more keywords and giving structure to your video. But here's the catch. If a viewer sees chapters, they'll often just skip straight to the part they're interested in and completely ignore the rest. What I've noticed is that when I don't add chapters, viewers are more likely to watch the whole thing just to find the part they're looking for. That means longer watch time, and that's exactly what the algorithm loves. And finally, a trick I've discovered that's made a surprising difference. Uncheck the Publish to Subscribers option when uploading your video, especially if your channel is still small or has a lot of inactive subs from way back. Here's what I noticed. If you leave that option on, YouTube will immediately push your video to your subscribers. But if many of them are inactive or just busy when the video drops, and they don't click on it, the algorithm assumes your video isn't worth recommending. You only get a small 48-hour window where YouTube really pushes your content. If the first batch of viewers ignore it, YouTube pulls the plug early. But if you don't push it to subscribers and just let the algorithm do its thing, YouTube will show it to people who are active at that time, not just your old subs. And if you got a good thumbnail, then people will click on your video. In my case, this actually improved not just views, but watch time too. Again, this works best for smaller channels. If you already have a strong subscriber base that actively watches your stuff, then by all means, leave it on. This is all based on my personal testing, but so far I've seen a noticeable improvement by tweaking these small things. And that is it. Every YouTube channel starts the same way, with one awkward video, one terrible thumbnail, and one person crazy enough to keep going. I made this video to hopefully help anyone else out there trying to start a gaming channel. I love this space, and I want to see more creators succeed in the gaming community. We are all in this together. If you liked this video, consider subscribing, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.